Thank you, Ariel.
You're welcome, Rob.
Safety first.
Yeah. So I'm Ariel Adams with aBlogtoWatch, and this is Rob Caplan with Top for Fine Jewelers.
Hello.
And where are we today?
We are at the Omega Hospitality Suite in the Olympic Village in beautiful Rio de Janeiro.
And we're applying picaridin insect repellent, no DEET. This is actually the first time that we've seen any mosquitoes whatsoever, and that's probably because there's like a big lagoon of more or less stagnant water right behind us, which is next to the Olympic Village, as they call it, where a lot of the events are.
Our running joke the last few days was the only thing we'd seen with 6 legs was actually a big structure in the opening ceremony.
Yeah, there was like an insect style thing. What did you think of the opening ceremony of the 2016 Olympics?
Well, as you pointed out, it was definitely thorough. But I thought that the message of inclusion and celebrating the beauty of Brazil, I thought was actually really tasteful and really nice.
Yeah, it's too bad we weren't seeing it from an aerial view, because that's where you saw a lot of the action. I was waiting like 4 or 5 hours for some type of giant Omega watch to form in the center, but that didn't happen.
But you missed the naming of, we'd have missed the naming of all the countries if it wasn't 45 hours.
Yeah, I had to be there and hear about every country that I haven't heard of, and felt stupid, like I failed a bunch of tests at school, but I was never taught any of that. There are way too many countries at the Olympics. But Omega's here as well as the official timekeeper, and I'm thrilled to be here with them. A couple of cool watches actually, but before we talk about the limited edition watches, just talk a little bit about Rio de Janeiro, because it's my first time here. Rob, for you as well, right?
Yeah, I've never been to South America at all.
Yeah, me too. So what are some initial impressions about the city that we've heard a lot about, but we're here for the first time?
Well, and we can't look past the sort of humorous irony of that we're shooting this next to a lagoon in lights, but I think people imagined it to be totally chaotic, and they imagined it to be like walking danger with every step, but
we haven't been mugged yet. Not even close to being mugged.
No, I mean, I think it's a city that if you travel smart is
I think it's a beautiful city,
place to
actually.
be.
It's stunning nature, these like dramatic hills, they're jagged, they're high, the water's beautiful, people are nice and friendly. The biggest irony I find is that we're at the 2016 Summer Olympics, and it's the winter here, which is still pretty summery for us.
Right.
Kind of a funny irony, but we're having a good time here, and Rio is a lovely town, and the Olympics are an exciting thing. It's just so great to see all the countries come together and compete. All the performances and athletes are beautiful and gorgeous. It's a great energy, it's a great environment, it's a wonderful thing for Omega. So let's see this watch. What are you holding right here?
This is the 300M Seamaster Rio Edition, and it's a limited edition celebrating the Rio Games. And we picked this one for a couple of reasons.
This is a dummy, by the way, but we really like the real version.
I liked something kind of nerdy about it, like watch mechanical about it, and you just aesthetically really liked the look.
Well, the 300M is like the one diver they never advertise.
Well, it's certainly true that Omega's gone in the last several years to more of their in-house calibers, 8500 caliber.
What's the movement in here?
Well, the thing is, this is a 2500D, which is based on an ETA movement without the modifications that are done on even the last generation of Planet Oceans. What's special about it, so by the way, 2500D based on ETA 1120, so single barrel power reserve, single barrel, about a 40-hour power reserve.
So this is basically an ETA with a coaxial escape.
Exactly, but what makes it special is it's a wave dial and a special wave, a wave that reminds you of the sidewalk at Copacabana Beach.
Is that what the wave is supposed to be?
That's what the wave's supposed to be.
So it's a Copacabana beach wave as opposed to ocean wave.
Right.
That's a good. And then we got the Olympic, the ring colors here.
The ring colors.
And then of course on the back, we have the logo of Rio 2016. That's we're getting bug cream all over the watch.
Right. Nice.
Good one, Rob. Good one. I actually like this watch a lot. This is a limited edition of 3,016 pieces. It was so popular they had to add another 1,000 watches.
So there's also a history of wave dial Seamasters, but 2500D is the latest iteration of the 2500, which is the fully stable coaxial. That's most
Oh,
like
so it works now.
that's most like how George Daniels designed it. This is really the first time, with the exception of some very few transitional pieces in 2011.
So this version of the Seamaster 300M would be George Daniels approved. That's basically what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely. It would be the version that you could only get in a few pieces in 2011 before they went to this.
I like this watch a lot. I think that if you don't have a 300M and you care at all about the Olympics and you like a little color, which is a lot of things, I guess, this is a great watch. I like this one a lot. I don't have a 300M, and I've never actually been too interested in it until recently, which is great because there's watches, like entire families of watches I can just sort of get to know after not even paying attention for a long time. I just thought this was sort of an older design I associate with James Bond, and now I'm realizing this watch is both comfortable, legible, looks cool, and what I like about Omega is one of the few brands out there that can legitimately have completely different dive watch collections under one brand. They don't just have one dive watch, they have like several dive watches. They're all cool on their own, they're all kind of part of the same family, but like, you know, there's this Seamaster and the Planet Ocean, they couldn't be more different, yet they're both still very Omega, and I think that's cool.
I think the thing that is the most appealing about this family is it's a little thinner than the other Planet Oceans.
Well, yeah, this watch was actually meant to be just a diver's watch that was comfortable. This was before there were like lifestyle watches of the modern era.
Right, but it's also like but the other watches in the collection, Planet Ocean, obviously the Flow Prof, significantly thicker.
It is true, they are significantly thicker, but they have twice as much water resistance.
Indeed.
Yes, so you can go doubly down where you'll never go anyways.
But it still has a helium escape valve.
It does, and that is probably the least useful part of this watch.
But you know what I learned? James Stacy has actually functionally used a helium escape valve.
You know what? I'm going to congratulate him next time I see him.
He's the one person I know.
Yeah, and I think we might have to have him write an article entirely about that. That one time I actually used a helium escape valve. So retail price for this is $4,900. I don't know, how much more is that than the normal 300M?
The normal one is $4,400.
Okay.
So it's about a $500 premium.
That's a fun, but it is a pretty cool version.
I would sum it up as for lovers of the wave who just want a little bit of Brazilian flair kicked in, and then the Olympic spirit.
I'm not going to say it that exact same way, but if you
never
love
do.
the wave, if you really love the Copacabana wave, Portuguese is hard, and so are the names around Rio, and pretty much all of Brazil. But this is a cool watch, and I'm really happy to be here with Rob, the 2016 Rio Olympics, Omega's official timekeeper. Watch the Olympics, and thanks for listening to us. Bye.